tend to get recognized in Walmart or the dollar store. One time at the dollar store, I had a lady who, she just kind of kept coming right behind my cart a little bit, and I was like, oh, I don't know who you are. And then she was like, I'm just gonna put everything in my cart that you put in your cart, because I figure you must be doing something fun. I just thought that was an ultimate compliment.
Getting a colonoscopy, wearing my little flappy gown, flippity flap in the back, walking to my room, and a lady says, Dr. Matt from Studio 5, no way.
I love when people say hi to me, and come up and say, I see you on TV, because it makes me feel connected and like I'm not just talking into a vacuum and nobody's there. So I love when people recognize me.
I think one of the funniest times I've ever been recognized was in a restroom, a public restroom in the middle of New York. We were there on vacation, and as I came out of the stall, the woman washing her hands knew just who I was. That was probably the craziest time.
I get the most people at Lagoon and Disneyland being like, I know who you are, because I feel like there's just a lot of moms there, and that's probably my crowd, but that's probably, I always say, I'm real popular at the amusement parks.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Okay, with one principal and hundreds of kids, making that principal-parent connection isn't easy, but my next guest hopes to change that today. Principal of Lincoln Elementary School, Milton Collins, is joining me with 5 things your child's principal wants you to know. Nice to meet you, Milton. Welcome to Studio 5.
Thank you for having me.
You've been in the principal role for a long time.
Yes.
How many years?
27 years as a principal.
27 years.
Yes.
You've probably seen a lot.
Seen a lot.
Dealt with a lot.
Dealt with a lot.
You told my producer that you chose to be a principal for the outcome, not the income.
Yes.
Does that sum it up?
That pretty much sums it up. So many people, going into education, people are like, why are you going into education? There's no money, and so with getting into education,
yeah.
I found out that the outcome is what you see in the kids.
That's the reward.
That's the reward.
Yeah.
We're trying to get them college and career ready.
Yeah.
So that's the outcome. So when I tell people I do it for the outcome and not the income, that's what I mean. Because I see the outcomes when kids move on and go on to college and higher ed, and they come back and visit and they buy me my Big Mac, and so we're all good.
As long as they're taking care of lunch, then you know.
Absolutely.
That they've checked the reward
Yes,
box. That's
yes.
fantastic. Well, we want to pick your brain today because we often see the principal or interact with the principal from somewhat of a distance. But one of your first points is that you should really, as a parent, try to invest in that principal-parent relationship.
Absolutely. Why not? I know. I go back to when I was in school, we were afraid of the principal.
Sure.
He was that guy that when you see him coming, you straighten up walking, you
Yeah.
didn't want to talk to him, no eye contact.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm the principal that you want to talk to because the parents got to trust me.
Yeah.
And you need to get to know who I am, because I think sometimes principals get a bad rap, like we're the bad guy. We're really not. We're the good guy.
So what do you want from me as a parent? Do you want an email, kind of an introduction? Do you want a volunteer?
Email, volunteer. You can
Okay.
come into my school anytime.
Okay.
I'll take you on a tour. I'll buy you lunch.
Hey, Big Mac?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
We just need more parents involved in the school to come in to see what we're doing.
Well, and that's one of your points. You are needed in your kids' classrooms. You want parents to really embody that they need to be part of this educational experience.
Absolutely. Now with, with COVID hit, it kind of put a damper in a lot of things, but now we're trying to get back to the normal. Like we're inviting parents in, come in and sit in your child's classroom and see what's going on and have a conversation with the principal. Get to know me so you can feel a little bit more safe.
Well, I felt this way when we sent our oldest to kindergarten 2 years ago. You felt like, who are we giving her to? You want to have that connection as a parent.
Absolutely.
I think it's reassuring. You talked about trust, and it's reassuring as a parent to know that person on the other end who is in charge or leading the charge of your child's educational experience. Can you talk to me or help me out with the parent-teacher conference? Those are coming up here in a few short weeks.
Couple of weeks, yes.
And it kind of seems like a box check. Like I do it because I should do it. How can we really squeeze that or milk that for more?
Well, bringing parents in to show them exactly where kids are and where we're trying to take them to. It's very important that they see that. And not through an email, not through a text message, but sitting right in front of the teacher.
Eyeball to eyeball.
Eyeball to eyeball.
Yeah.
It's that personal contact that you make with that teacher to let them know that, you know, we're in this together,
Right.
so to speak. So
Right.
we're a team. And that's the way it's got to work in order for our kids to be more successful if
Yeah.
we know parent and teacher on the same page.
Once I'm in the room, take me to that conference. What are some things I could ask as a parent that might take the conversation or take the meeting to I don't want to say a deeper level. I don't want to make it too heavy, but that would give me more from that conversation. What are some things I can ask as a parent that might evoke a deeper?
As a parent, what are we learning right now?
What are we
learning? How much time do my child needs to read? Where is my child at in math? Like those things. Like how did my child perform on the RISE, which is a state exam?
So get into it.
Get into it.
Yeah.
Like these are questions that you want to know, because you don't want the teacher to do all the talking. You as a parent,
Yeah.
I want to know exactly what's going on with my child.
Yeah.
And where my child is, what level. My child reading on grade level.
Yeah.
My child know multiplication.
Yeah.
You know, so those little things like that, don't be afraid to ask.
Okay, good. You're in such a unique position because you, in some ways, are the go-between. You're the bridge between parents and teachers in a lot of
yeah.
situations.
Oh, yeah.
What frustrates teachers about parents? Is there one or two things you could identify that we could do a better job of, that teachers are coming to you saying, oh my gosh, my parents are this or that?
No, I guess so. So with my teachers, like we talk about the initial contact at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, when something happened, you're reaching out to a parent. But in the beginning, you know, introduce yourself. I just think back when I was a teacher, I always reached out to all 30 of my parents in the beginning. Hi, I'm Milton Collins.
Right.
I'm your child's teacher. Here's my contact information. You have any questions, please reach out to me. So that's what we train our teachers to do the initial reach out
Yeah.
before. So when parent-teacher conferences come, it's not the first time that
Right.
the teacher and the parent have met.
It goes a long way that the first conversation isn't, we've got a problem,
Absolutely.
right? Or we've got a problem.
Yes.
You talked a lot about trust, and I want to circle around that word because I pulled a quote. I'm using your words
Okay.
against you, not really.
Okay.
But I loved what you said on Instagram. You wrote, every kid is one caring adult away from being a success story. And that kind of underscores the idea that we need to trust the educators. We need to trust the administration. How can we build that trust, Milton?
Well, come in. First of all, like I said, come in to meet me and get to know me, because, I mean, every parent send their child to school. They're sending us their very best, and we're going to treat it as their very best. And my whole philosophy is, before you can get into here, you got to get into here first. Because we talk a lot about test scores and, you know, academics, but man, when a kid know that you genuinely care about them, the academics becomes easy when they know that you genuinely care about them.
It's heart first.
It's heart first.
Heart first. I've got about a minute left, and I don't want to keep throwing you my curveballs, but what if, I'm quoting Wildcats, my 5-year-old's favorite show. What if I'm really struggling with a teacher as a parent, a particular teacher? What do you want to hear from me, or what could I do or say to smooth that out in a respectful way, but also in a way that advocates for my child?
Well, we got to talk. I mean, like I said, emails and text messages are completely different from face-to-face.
I agree.
I've had situations where parents will call me, I got an issue with a teacher. The first thing I say, hey, we need to schedule a conference. Let's go face-to-face, because we got to fix it. Because we can't let it just sit and settle, but we got to fix it. And the only way we fix it is if we sit down face-to-face and have a conversation.
It's the old-fashioned values, right? It's
Old-fashioned.
communication, it's respect,
That's
it's
it.
trust.
That's
bringing
it.
that back to the classroom experience. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you for your perspective. Thanks for your nearly 30 years of service. That's amazing. You're doing good
yeah.
things for those kids. If you're leading with the heart and then the head, that's good priority.
That's it.
So thank you very much. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for having me.
Nice to meet you.